can't believe it. And we really lucked out. That's Adrian Monk.
Who?
He's the best crime scene investigator in the department. We studied all his cases at the academy.
Huh, really, never heard of him.
Oh, I can't believe he's here. It's like meeting Mick Jagger.
Monk is off the charts brilliant, but he has trouble functioning in the real world.
Hey, no horseplay. And no diving. No diving.
I was drawn to this idea that he's heroic, but he's not invulnerable. A lot of heroes in movies and television, too, they make no missteps. They can handle any situation. They're good at everything. They're good at shooting and fighting and romance and all these other things. And I was attracted to this part because there's so many things that Monk isn't good at outside of his job. He's not socially adept.
Hi.
Hello.
You want to take me home?
I can't. I don't have a driver's license. I mean, I have one, technically, but I hardly ever use it. I have trouble with the left turns. And the right turns, turning. And yielding, turning and yielding.
He considers himself still married, which I think is so sweet about the character.
Oh, that's Sharona, his nurse.
He has a nurse.
When his wife was killed, he didn't leave the house for like 3.5 years until he met her. Now he can't do anything without her. It's pretty hot, huh?
I think so. Hey, maybe they're together.
No, Monk's not with anyone. He's still hung up on his late wife. It's the one case he can't solve.
He's kind of out of it, really, when it comes to pop culture. And he's bothered and incapacitated by sometimes the smallest things.
You have to sit. This is a picnic.
I don't sit on the ground. Animals do things on the ground. Terrible, terrible things.
The thing that I think most drew me to the character was that Monk is always having to do 2 or 3 things at once. He's trying to read a room or a crime scene, but he's preoccupied with something that might have happened to him earlier in the day, or something in the room that's off kilter, or something that he just does not want to, that he has to look at and has to deal with, but that he just might have a phobia about.
Oh, no.
So many difficulties. His problem is also his strength. His weaknesses are part of what makes him so good at what he does.
He's the guy.
Who's the guy?
Mr. Science, Derek Philby. He asked about a suicide note. I never mentioned a note.
Well, maybe he just assumed. Isn't there usually a suicide note?
As a matter of fact, there isn't. Also, he cheats on his wife.
How do we know this?
Wedding ring.
He was wearing his wedding ring.
Yes, I know, but he takes it off a lot. When he opened his wallet, I noticed a small indentation in the leather where he keeps it.
You noticed that? A little indentation?
It's a gift and a curse. He's the guy.
It's interesting that I've met a couple of detectives, real-life detectives, who say that a lot of people who go into that line of work do have these kinds of tendencies.
Well, my boss has a Jones for neatness, okay?
It's my Jones.
They sort of gravitate toward this profession because they, it's all in the details. It's all in what you see when you enter a room or a crime scene.
Officer, how fast was he going?
Too fast, about 80 miles an hour.
He never passed me.
How's that?
This car, he never passed me. If he was going that fast, I would have seen him.
You probably missed him. You can't remember every car on the highway. Can you?
And he said you'd be amazed at how much so many of us are like this to varying degrees. We really didn't, at least I didn't, think of that when we were putting this thing together. So it was a sort of a happy accident.
Adrian, don't do that.
I'm just sintering the pieces.
I know what you're doing. I'm trying to concentrate.
Hold on. You'll thank me later.
You always say that. Have I ever once thanked you later?
No.
I consider every situation a real, an opportunity to reveal something more about the character, or to discover something more about the character. And, the worst thing that could happen is if, Monk gets better and, it becomes less fun.
Oh, you are the greatest detective in the world. You are the greatest detective in the universe. You should have your own show.
Nah, not really.